On this week's Engaging Marketeer podcast, I wanted to do an episode aimed pretty much at web designers. So if you're not a web designer or a digital marketing company, this might not be of interest to you because it is aimed really at new web designers, people getting into the business for the first time. So I wanted to go through 3 things we've done over the years that we regret. Mistakes that we've made, things that we wouldn't do again. And I'm not saying that you, as a web designer, as a digital marketer, that you shouldn't do this, because it might be something that you want to do, that you feel is the right thing to do, and it might work out for you. But when we've done these, it's never really worked out. And I'm going to go through the reasons why. And you will invariably get, at some point, people coming to you asking this. You will get offered these 3 things. You will get offered from businesses, from people, and they will think it's the first time that you've ever heard it. I still get offered these now, and they think it's the first time I've ever heard it. And in some instances, like the first one I'm going to go through, I know before they even say it what they're going to say. So the first one is, and you will get this, when a business owner comes to you and they want a website, but they don't want to pay for it. That's the first red flag. They don't want to pay for it because they want to go into partnership with you. And what they want is to have you build essentially a lead generation website that you will build, you will design, you will build, you will host, you will manage, and all of the leads will go to them for whatever their industry, their business might be. They will then close those leads or sell those leads or whatever it is they do with them, and they will split the profit with you 50-50. Sounds like a fantastic idea. I've had that idea pitched to me probably about 20-25 times over the 16 years we've been at Engage Web. Most recently, it was pitched to me last year. It was a financial advisor not too far away from our office. He sent me an email, said, I've got an idea I want to go through with you. Can we have a one-to-one? And I knew immediately from that, this is what he was going to say, because this is how they broach it. I've got an idea I want to go through with you. I've got an idea I want to run by you. Oh yeah, you want me to build you a lead gen website for free and share the profit, yeah? How did you know that? Well, this isn't my first rodeo, pal. So the reason this doesn't work, and we actually did this 15 years ago, I think it was now. We actually did this in the, I may as well say, in the equity release industry. Equity release. We had someone come to us and say, I'm in equity release. The leads are worth this money to me. These are my competitors. I want you to build this website for me. Optimize it with SEO for equity release, key search terms, get people coming in, inquiring about equity release, filling in the contact form. I'll deal with all of the people come in. I'll make the sales. I'll do all the equity release mortgages, and we'll split the profit on the commission. Well, it seems like a good idea. It's not actually going to cost us any money to do it. All the SEO is done internally. It's just time, really. But what could possibly go wrong? Well, here's what could possibly go wrong. Firstly, when someone suggests that to you, they've got no money. They've got no frickin' money, and if they've got no money, they've got no skin in the game. They are not investing anything into that website, into that business. No money, no time. You're the one doing all of that. Secondly, because they've invested no money and no time, they don't value it. They don't value what you've done. They don't value the effort you've put in. They don't value the work you've put in. So they don't value giving you any share of the profits because you haven't done anything to them. All you've done is throw a website together. That takes 5 minutes. And thirdly, because they've got no skin in the game, they've got no value in it, they've got no effort in it, if it doesn't work for the first month, the first 2 months, which let's face it, something like equity release is going to take a damn sight longer than 2 months before it starts getting good quality leads, and they get offered a job, they'll fuck off and take it, which is exactly what happened. They fucked off and took the job. We were left with a website that we built, that we were optimizing, that was now starting to get inquiries through for equity release, and they'd gone. And we were left with nothing. Because that is what happens. If you build a website for somebody and they don't pay for it because they're going into partnership with you, they do not value what you've done, they do not value the work that you put in, they do not value their own investment because they've not made any investment themselves, and they will piss off at a moment's notice. As soon as the grass looks greener somewhere else, they'll go somewhere else for the next shiny penny that takes their interest. Do not do it. Do not go into collaboration with someone because they've got an idea they want to run by you. They think it's going to be really great. You're both going to make loads of money. You're not. You're going to spend a load of time. You're going to spend a load of effort, and you're going to end up with absolutely sod all at the end of it, and they're going to piss off. That is what's going to happen. So don't do it. But again, caveat it. It might work for you. You might have somebody come to you with this idea. You think, do you know what? I really trust them. I really think they're going to put the effort into this. They're really going to see it through to the end. And you might get a success. So don't take me at my word and say, right, I'm never doing that. Just be extremely cautious about it, because I would never do it again. We've done it before. It didn't work. Every other time I've been pitched the same idea. No, because we know what's going to happen. Okay, that's the first thing. Do not do. The second one is fairly similar in a way, and we've done this before. Back in, I'd say we're 16 years old now. We started 2009, probably about 2010, 2011. You're hungry for new clients. It's as you are. You're in a startup. You reduce costs. Maybe you might even, I don't know, do a website for free for somebody because they're a startup. Oh, that's the worst sodding thing you can do. We were on a panel of business advisors for, I don't know if you call it a charity or a non-profit or whatever it may be, a panel of business advisors. So there was a business coach, of course. There was somebody in offline marketing. There was us to do with web design. There was someone else, I think, for paid ads. And basically, businesses would come to them when they say, I want some advice. What's the way for me to start up this business? What's the first thing I should do? What's all the requirements I need, the insurances I need? How do I get my website up and running? And we decided that we would do a few, 3 or 4 free websites for startups that were deemed the most worthy ideas. So we did these websites and cost nothing. They didn't take a long time to do. They weren't hugely complex websites. They were simple brochure websites. So we did the design, the build, the hosting, and the management for them for free for these startups. How many of those startups lasted 12 months? Fuck all. That's why. Fuck all. Because this is the problem. When you have a client that pays the least amount of money, they are the ones that cause you the biggest headaches. The clients that pay the most money value your time, value your expertise, value what you can do for them. They don't cause you big headaches. The clients that pay the least, the clients that penny pinch, are the ones that cause you the most money. Be mindful of that. The clients that pay nothing do not value you in the slightest. You are a tool to them. You are no better than a spatula. They don't give a shit about you, what you've done, how you've done it. They don't give a toss. You've done it for free, therefore your service must be worth nothing. And it doesn't work. So I would advise every web designer just starting out, if you get involved in some sort of non-profit advising businesses, that's fine. Give advice. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Help them out. Do not do free websites for startups. Don't do it. Don't do it, because it will not help you. They will not grow with you and then start to use you for marketing. You will not make a profit out of it. It will just be a headache, and you will get nothing in return for it. And by and large, those businesses will not value what you've done in the slightest, so it just won't work. So that's the second one. And the third one, and this is one I'm going to come on to in another podcast in a couple of weeks, so look out for this one. I'm going to have the legal team look over that one. Occasionally we get business owners come to us and they say something like, I've had my previous website built by another company and I've lost contact with them, or I've fallen out with them, first red flag. And I like the website. I like what they've done. I really like the way it is. All I really want you to do is recreate it, to copy it. Do not fucking do that. Do not do that whatsoever. Or they'll say, this is a competitor website of mine. I love the way it looks. Everything about it. I want you to copy that, but just change it to my brand colors. Do not do that either. Whenever somebody says to you, I'd like you to copy this website, I'd like you to do exactly like that. Copy my previous website. It doesn't need changing at all. We had a tender offer come through a couple of weeks ago, and it was a big, long tender for a company who'd looked at a website we'd done for another charity the same charity but in a different area for them. And they said, we really like this, we want you to tender for this one. And the tender document said, in the document, our existing website is really good, it doesn't need changing. What the fuck do you want then? What the fuck do you want? No. If you do a website, you copy it, or you take it and you change the color and you change the logo, or you do something because they say their existing website doesn't need changing, what's the point in you even being there? What's the point in a web designer being there? You don't go to a web designer and say, I want you to copy this. Exactly the same as that. Because there is no benefit you're adding. There is no value you're adding. You are literally just a copy and paste merchant. Any idiot can do that. If you do that, you are on an absolute hiding to nothing. And we did that, I think it was last year. Last year, somebody came to us and said that, and I didn't know they'd said it. They said it to one of our guys, it went through, and I had no idea that it was going on. That is what they had said, and it was a disaster. It was an absolute disaster, and I will be following that up in another podcast, and as I say, I'm going to have that one very carefully checked for what I say, because I could get into trouble for that one. But as a web designer, if somebody comes to you and says, I want you to copy this website, do not do it. Do not do it. You are a web designer. You are a creative. Their goals might be different to what they were before or to their competitors. Their flow of their customers might be different. The usage might be different. Web designs evolve. Things change. Systems change. Platforms change. Do not copy a website at any time for any reason, no matter what they say. Do not do it. And we have a golden rule now where we will not do that. If a client comes to us and says, I want you to copy that, no, it's not happening. So that I would say absolutely do not do. So those are the three things I would say for web designers starting out. Never do these. If you do them, it's on your own head. It really is. If someone comes to you with a collaboration, they want you to build them a website for free in exchange for you getting a share of the revenue for whatever sales or leads they get. Do not do it. They will not follow through with it because they don't value you. If you get a startup come to you and wants a website for free with a promise of doing more work in the future, do not do it because they will not value what you do. They've invested no money. They do not care. Chances are their business won't work anyway because they haven't got money for a website. They haven't got money for anything else. And third one, do not copy a website if a client asks you to copy a website because that is not going to work. You are on a hiding to nothing there. It's going to be a disaster. So those are 3 tips, 3 rules for web designers. Follow them, don't follow them. I don't care. But if you do go against what I just said, it is completely on you. So that's been the Engaging Marketeer podcast. Thank you for listening. I will catch you on the next podcast.